Hello everyone, thanks for joining. This is Daniel with Daniel's Autos, and today behind me I've got a 1998 Toyota Sienna. The Toyota Sienna in these years here was quite simple, a little bit futuristic looking, however, sort of shaped like an egg. Toyota has another van, I forget the name, that's even more egg shaped. I think it might be a Japanese version, JDM. But anyhow, the Toyota Sienna here is not bad looking for its function, and basically just a simple vehicle that really maximizes visibility and maximizes the volume of cargo space inside. Now the clearance seems to be pretty good on it. Not sure what it is exactly, but it might be around 8 inches or 7.5, something like that. And visually it looks like it's even more, especially in the back here. It looks like there's a lot of clearance. So, I think this is quite suitable for a camper type of a vehicle or an adventure type of a vehicle. Taking a look at the exterior and the outside, the windows here quite nice and large. These are power windows, but only on the front two. These two, these middle windows, don't slide down at all, so they're completely fixed. That's one thing about this generation that's different nowadays. And however, these back windows, you can see by this thing right here, that's kind of a little lever that brings the window up, so or out. So these windows can pop out and become sort of a vent. There's a button for that. It is a power window, so there is a power vent. Pops up automatically once you click a button. I'll be showing that inside. So that's a bit of a quirky feature. Otherwise, I like, just the design of it, and again, just the simplicity of it. As you can see on the other side, the slide door is just the same, just like that. And we'll go to the inside in just a second, and I just wanted to show the back here. And just like the slide doors, this is manual as well, so it's not a power trunk, it's just a manual function, which in many cases you might prefer. Again, less breakdowns with something like that. And you can see just how nice and spacious it is, and you can see here that the floor is flat, so that's one of the main features that I like about the interior. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And this trim level, I guess, is the LE. It's the middle trim here, and you can see, even though this bumper is really messed up, it is a dual color bumper, and the base model would have, from what I've seen, the black unpainted bumper. So that's one way to tell. It would also be a bit more simpler inside, whereas the top trim level would have nicer wheels. I believe it has alloys on the top trim, and then the leather inside, so it would be nicer from that perspective. But looking here at the back, I just wanted to mention that mine also has this backup camera, and that was installed by someone before me. I'm not sure how hard or how difficult it is, but it helps so much. And I'll show that on the inside, how the backup camera feeds to the rear view mirror. So let's check it out inside. All right, now inside you can see here, as far as the power windows, that's kind of quirky here. Such a big van, but only 2 buttons here. So only power windows nonetheless, but just for the front 2 doors. You can see it has this like 90s style gray, very Toyota-esque interior. And this is the mirror that I was talking about. Let's see if I can get the backup camera to come on, just to show you. Now, again, of course, it's not a stock feature. There you go, you can see the backup camera here. I'll turn it off now. So basically, what you're seeing here, when the backup camera is off, you still retain this mirror. So this is just kind of a neat thing if you have an older vehicle and you wanted to upgrade it. But going back to our Sienna and the interior, compartment wise, you'll see There's this one here, not too large, but it is lockable, and that's your glove compartment. Here I do have an aftermarket, you know, MP3 player with Bluetooth as well. Luckily it has Bluetooth. So that's pretty nice, and it actually pushes pretty good power to the speakers, so that's another good upgrade. Otherwise, I'm not sure exactly what it would be in here, but there's, you can see there's the rectangular cutout here, maybe a CD player. What I wanted to show in terms of storage is also this one right here. So this one is just a cigarette ashtray, and then down here another pop-up cubby. So that's pretty nice, but overall not a lot of other you know, cubbies and storage space. There is a little coin thingy right here, and over here just cup holders. So that's how they did the cup holders back in '98. One works, one the other, you know, won't fold back up, but that's how they are. You can see it's actually quite a good visibility on the interior from inside here. And another thing that I was thinking about is these door sills are pretty low. Let me open the window here. I'll show you what I like about that. And that is just the fact that we can lean outside with, you know, your elbow just outside here, just like that. It's so easy. With newer cars, even a sedan, it's not really possible to do, usually in most configuration, for me anyways, because the door sills are so high nowadays. So this one's nice and low. You can lean out, and generally you get this 90s feel where the safety features are generally limited to the seatbelt, of course, but then the airbags as well. There's probably airbags all you know, I was gonna say all around, but I'm not actually sure about the back here or anything in the middle, but you do have the two front airbags here. So kind of limited to that. Simple, but so practical. And, you know, for someone buying this today, you might be able to pick this up if it's got high kilometers, maybe for $3,000 or $4,000 if it's a bit better condition, maybe $5,000, maybe 6 if it's very low, if it's slower kilometers or mileage. But it's got that Toyota reliability and a V6 under the hood here, and it also has it's a non-interference engine, which means that even if you run it and the timing belt, which is the one major item that, you know, that's kind of costly to get into and do, if that breaks, nothing will happen to the engine. It will just sort of kind of die on you, continue to spin until it doesn't, and just nothing really happens. You put a new belt. That's my understanding. Versus an interference engine, which many engines are, where if that snaps, the engine just self-destructs in most cases. It's not really usable anymore. So mechanically, you get that Toyota reliability specifically in this car, and so far it's been quite okay for me with really everything other than the transmission. And I'm not sure if that's just this car or if that's a general thing with older these older vans. I know with Honda it's like that, but the transmission itself has a bit of a lag and a bit of a slip between a couple of gears. You can manage it with your throttle, but overall that's about all that I've seen. And this one has over 200 kilometers on it, which is about 130,000 miles. Over here on the controls, pretty simple again, AC. And what I do like is it's got the air, so it's got the air for the back here, and you can control that. So it's not quite climate control for the rear, but it's vent control for the rear, and you can hear that going on, and that's coming out of those vents that are located on the top. So honestly, a really nice, comfortable environment here. Really nice as a shuttle for people or whatever, or as a contractor's vehicle, or just your own vehicle, and especially if you're a camping type of person, or you might need the space, or you might maybe do some some trades work on the side, or something like that. This can be a really nice candidate. One more button I wanted to show here, maybe something else will come to mind, but this is that rear vent button. So to open it, you click here, and you can hear it opening behind me, and this is to close. Now I'll show you what it does. So the window right there. Oh, that's so interesting. Looks like only one is working. Can you see it opening and closing? So right there, that window is what opens and closes, but both of them are supposed to work. It looks like only one works for me. That's hilarious, and I didn't even realize that until now. Now, as for the seats, I've got mine in storage, but you can see here from the anchoring system on the ground that the bench actually sits right here. So it's butting up to this sliding door, but over here there's a bit of a space to get in and get to the back. And over here you have one seat, one captain's chair seat with an armrest, and then another seat right here. So 1, 2, and then over here kind of a double seat, 3 and 4. And just wanted to show it all from this angle, from the side here. So again, coming in, we would have the double bench right here, or the bench I should say. So the 2-seat bench, and then the 2 single seats right there, and then the trunk in the back. So as you can see, like most SUVs, if you have all the seats taking up room here, you don't have a lot of room in the trunk, but it's pretty decent. You can see you can fit 2 lengths of these boots, and then you have a lot of vertical area here. But in terms of the seats, yeah, so that's the configuration here. You would have some extra room to maneuver and get to the back. Over there, the seat butts up to the door pretty much. You can also note this controller right there for the vent speed, as well as the heat and the cold for the back here, for this back section. So that can be controlled there, or at the front, you can control just the vent speed for these vents here in the back. And also of note, kind of a quirky thing, is that in the back here, you have an ashtray, very much a 90s feature, especially for the back of the car. And over here, a couple of cubbies. So these are pretty nice. There's 1, 2, and then in there are the tools for the spare tire. The spare tire I think is underneath, but the tools are over there. So overall, it's a 6-seater, which I'm not sure when they went to like a 7-seater or 8-seater for SUVs. I'm pretty sure that's what it is now. But maybe it's not. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but here it is a 6-seater. So that's my review of the 98 Toyota Sienna. Simple, practical, and pretty awesome for what it is. Purpose-built, and yeah, I like it. Nice and simple. Let me know if you have any questions. You can leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching again.